Less than 100 days, 14 weeks left until the November election. And with the ongoing pandemic and massive turnout expected, it is important to make your plan to vote as soon as possible.
RTV6 has been working to make sure you know your options when it comes to voting by mail with an absentee ballot. Tonight, we're looking at a state that's uniquely prepared to have an election during a pandemic.
RTV6's Cornelius Hawker shows us what lessons Indiana could learn from the Evergreen State.
This is how almost everyone votes in Washington state.
We've been a vote-by-mail state officially since 2011.
That's Washington's Secretary of State, Kim Wyman.
We really started moving in that direction in 2005 when the legislature allowed any county to become a vote-by-mail county.
Secretary Wyman tells me it's convenient for everyone.
Vote-by-mail or, permanent absentee balloting for that matter, works very well for both rural and urban voters.
When the coronavirus pandemic hit, Washington was one of 5 states that wasn't scrambling to figure out how to keep primary election voters safe because most voters already vote by mail. Other states, including Indiana, took notice.
Between my state election director, Loria Gino, and myself, we have personally spoken to someone in every state in the country, including D.C.
For the general election, transitioning from polling places to only vote by mail is out of the question for states like Indiana, according to Secretary Wyman. But there are some things counties can do to prepare for more mailed-in ballots than usual.
Are your scanners that actually tabulate the ballots, are they something you have to hand feed in one at a time, or can you put a stack of ballots in? Do you have letter openers that are high capacity? And it's just the mechanical parts of the operation that you want to have in place.
Indiana election officials have not yet announced any planned changes for the November 3rd election, but Secretary Wyman says voters should feel confident. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work happening to make the election successful for everyone.
Right now, election officials are just trying to figure out how we can keep our voters safe, how we can conduct the election and make sure it's accessible and secure.
Working for you, Cornelius Hawker, RTV6.
And back in March, the Federal CARES Act provided $400 million for states to split to help them with the burden of having an election during a pandemic. The plan for a second stimulus bill released by Republicans last night does not include any additional funding for elections. And we have reached out to Indiana Secretary of State Connie Lawson's office to interview her about what Hoosiers can expect in November. We are waiting to hear back from her. If you want to vote absentee by mail, you will need to fill out the necessary paperwork by October 22nd. That mail-in ballot must be received by the county election board no later than noon on election day. If you want to vote in person but skip the lines, you will be able to vote at your county clerk's office from October 6th through November 2nd.